Well, I guess it's time to stop being silent and start being loud about the fact that I'm starting to enjoy, not this game, but Mario 64 that you lent me. I already I already have 18 stars. I just decided to play a little bit of it and I enjoyed myself mostly. But at the same time I have to question because you already know I'm more critical of Mario 64 than a lot of people. How much enjoyment would I really have had doing all these stars so quickly if I didn't already see this game being played 1,000 times?
What I'm wondering from this is Mario 64 more enjoyable because you're using a controller and not a keyboard?
Oh.
Because there are a few games where I've gotten, and even though my control isn't great, like it is something where it's like I'm suddenly playing. I feel like I'm playing this game better now because I have a controller, not a keyboard. So I wonder.
It's honestly been too long since I last played 64 to give any sort of actual fair comparison. Um, that being said, it's there because the way I did some things, like in Snowman's Land, when the penguin race, I was really bad at it for some. Just like, okay, I guess this is I'm really bad at the turns. I did eventually, decide find a way to work with it, but it was just something where it's like, well, fine, if you're not going to go and do what I'm go and help me with what I'm supposed to do, I'll just do wall kicks will work then. Which is something I would never have done in my original thing, because how the heck would I have ever known?
Yeah, well, okay. Before I get to commenting on that, I wanted to say that 5 seconds into the video, and I'm already back on my stuff, where I'm just like complaining about the mechanics of the last text, and I'm thinking, we're already in the sky. How can you have a sky world? You should be in space.
Well,
But
you know how it is. We're just slightly higher. We're at commercial.
slightly higher.
We're at commercial
it's
airline level.
Okay, so here's the question now. Are we so high that we can see clouds from the last helix, or
I don't know why you just
last...
suddenly decided to call it that.
Oh, I've been trying to not call it. Every time I say last hex, I'm trying to not say last helix.
At least this one is understandable.
Yes. So every time, yeah. So are these clouds and below those clouds is the last hex, or are it's just regular planet below the clouds? Like I'm assuming it's okay. If we can just assume the clouds are naturally, this is actually probably the most accurate last hex place because it's just a bunch of floating stuff within the clouds.
It's probably very overcast down there.
Yeah, it's very yeah, basically in Sky Island. So this is not too bad.
Okay.
But secondly, I wanted to say that I recently watched the Steve gaming video about the best Mario 64, the best Mario 64 world, and while a lot of the takes are certainly something, like no, TikTok looks awesome, I understand the criticism that you basically have to go through the entire thing each time to get further along, but I just love TikTok looks so much, I don't mind. But this is something I've never really thought about. In the end, the best stage was Cool Mountain for him. And I think I might agree. Even though it's never something I've thought about before.
Nah, man, Womp's Fortress. That's mine.
It's tiny, that's positive, like, it's great.
And I like it.
Fortress, but it's so compact. Maybe a little too compact?
No, that's exactly just like everything you need is around. And you can figure this stuff out, and I have no idea how I learned how I can do this properly. But even then I missed the red ring anyway, so it's a hollow victory.
You've
Um,
played the game so long, you're just naturally getting used to doing this sort of thing. Right, these set pieces are cool. This is cool.
oh geez, I almost lost there. But it's still just like something where, like the star that's under the top part, the part that's with the pole that Wom's Fortress has. And just like I just decided, oh yeah, that's there. Let me try and wall jump up there. Hey, it worked. Star get. And it was just stuff that was like that simple, and the fact
I
that I
don't
could
know about
all
that.
the red coins were simple enough to get.
The red coins are simple, and the 100 coins are not impossible either. Like, it's not one of those stages where you literally have to go on a scavenger hunt through this giant place, finding every single coin, because you need every single coin to get 100 stars. You get 100 coins. That's very annoying, and I never do them. So I give that the Thumbs Fortress, but it has two ridiculous stars. The one where you break through the wall.
That is
Basically,
true.
everyone on Earth finds that on accident. Like, literally everyone. Not literally, but basically everyone. And then apparently, you aren't supposed to cannon into the cage. You're supposed to get the owl. And if that's the case, that owl is also like just. I mean, sure, you will eventually climb a tree. Just because it's fun to climb trees, it's fun to explore everything in Mario 64, but that's 2 stars that are little not apparent to get.
Oh, thank you, sheep, my friends, my Sonic friend to all animals.
Not these sheep. The Lost Hex animals aren't your friends.
But we literally have the mechanic of you cannot progress until you save them, until you save a certain amount. It's just that I usually am good enough on the lookout for them in the stages that I don't have to repeat stages.
You'd think, like, the people on Planet Morbius, that's not right.
Mobius, yes.
The people on Planet Morbius would be seeing animals fall out of the sky sometimes.
Oh, all the time. All the time, I'm sure. Especially considering that some of them are not supposed to be in the environments we let them out in. I'm pretty sure that, like in Sonic Advance, I made a joke that like we've let out gorillas and they've just fallen to Earth from Angel Island. So have fun with that.
Like, you can see the animals falling even when you let them out, like right there. Not here specifically, but before when you were letting them out, you could see them fall down.
Exactly. They'll be fine. They're okay. I was about to make a joke, but I realized it's not even a joke. It's just incorrect information, because I was going to say they're small enough that the impact isn't going to kill them. But they might be, because I know that squirrels are, I think, one of the thresholds of they can fall at any height and not die. So, like, maybe that's actually correct.
Interesting. I have to look that up.
Yeah.
These thick clouds are so thick that they're stopping literal cannon fire rockets. No, they're not rockets. Giant mortar shells.
Yeah.
That's just something I've observed. I have nothing else to say. It's just interesting.
Well, they're extra thick. And of course, it's a good thing that we have those extra thick clouds, or else, I mean, what is stopping us from just going on the planet and just hitting the turtle in the head?
I'm wondering what's, like, these extra thick clouds should have appeared throughout the stage, so that they aren't just very conveniently here to save you and never appear before.
I mean, they have appeared before, but they were in Windy Hill Act 1, I think.
Oh. Okay. I mean, it's a bit too far. What? Okay, this is just so much debris.
Well, yeah, I mean, not everything's going to be fully attached.
I mean, is cool. This reminds me, okay, it's a bit too often that I'm saying this reminds me of Donkey Kong Country in a Sonic Lost World playthrough. I think it sounded a bit too often.
Wait, whoa, what happened there? I wasn't. What? Hold on.
Yeah, I just saw you. I'm not too sure how.
Maybe there was a spike ball that I hit at the last minute. That seems like heavily possible. So yeah, continue with your inevitable Donkey Kong Country-ness.
Oh no, I was just thinking the secret world in Tropical Freeze. All the floating island stuff just reminded me.
Oh. Well,
Those
okay.
animals are going to Hunger Games each other. They're all stuck on that one planetoid with nothing except each other to eat.
Time for a reality show, I guess. Also, how is Eggman still keeping up with us at this point?
What kind of question is that?
I didn't mean anything by it.
What kind of question is that? Yeah.
For you, then Eggman.
Hello, I'm sitting
This
right
is such a
here.
weird.
Orbot, no matter what happens,
This is a
I
weird
won't
thing
leave
to
you
bring up
alone.
because I'm sure it's just not going to be brought up again.
Stuff like that.
Nope,
We want to build
it's
a
not.
psychic.
Um,
Tails is like
the thing is that they want it, this is just a comedy thing and nothing else. It's especially considering
That's almost too weirdly earnest to just be a comedy thing.
well, it's just showing that again Orbot and Cubot are more opinionated than the average Eggman Robo. Which is, of course, again works better in a Sonic Boom situation where they can play the role of bumbling idiots and not have it be too much of a contrast.
Oh yeah, makes sense. But yeah, Cool Mountain's great. If I were to say my favorite Mario 64 stage, it might. Let me think, because I want to say Bob on Battlefield, but that might be too. I don't know. The first stage of the game is also the best. That's not a knock against the rest of the game, but when it comes to true open world, then again, maybe not, because a lot of the stars involve just going to the top of the hill anyways.
Not as much as you think.
Yeah, not as much as I think, but I'm thinking the races at the top of the hill, the Bob battlefields, King Bob at the top of the hill. I guess that's pretty much it, yeah.
Yep.
So maybe. I like this stage.
Yeah, the robot dragon is your enemy and also means of getting across. It is a nice stage, though I think that they're considering the gravity of how the jumps work. There are a few things where I'm like, that's a little unfair in terms of timing. But
Guess what I'm about to say?
reminds you of
This
Donkey
reminds
Kong
me of Donkey
Country.
Kong Country. You know what?
Why don't you? Honestly,
None of them-
if we had a consistent fan base, they'd be constantly asking, "Why don't we just do a Donkey Kong Country game?" It's surprising we haven't done one yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm thinking here that none of them seeing this game, I kind of wish it got a sequel, like even more now.
Okay, because I was about to say that's not a new statement for you.
Because it does a lot of cool stuff that isn't really talked about, because I guess it is appreciated, because I don't really see people call the game terrible, just kind of average to below average. Like it doesn't it's I don't see it included in the garbage like Boom and Forces. Well, it is, but more in the way Unleashed is, where it's like, it's flawed. But even then, I'm thinking it's a bit more interesting than. So I guess if you could say it's a 6 out of 10. What I'm seeing, yeah, I could see 6 out of 10. But you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I do.
And maybe you're more versed in Sonic fan base, so maybe it's more appreciated than I think.
No, you're pretty much on the mark there. Though not a lot of people are talking about it in general anymore. They're too busy ragging on Forces. Rightly so,
No.
but still.
Rightly so. But it's still a shame seeing these ideas basically just be gone. Because the two things they're going to do first, they're going to go back to an adventure game style, or they're going to go to a boost game style.
I will show you.
So that's two styles that are more likely to happen before this one. So I doubt we're gonna see anything like this.
Yeah. Though it's another thing where just like it's been so long that it's so interesting what's possibly going to happen.
Yeah, no one really knows, I guess.
I mean, other than Rift, no one really knows, and I don't know why I'm falling off so easily off of this thing. Oh, I guess they just that's right, they just wanted me to homing attack the edges instead of actually walk on them. Thank you
What's
for...
the name? What's the name of that episode that's in every Sonic show except Ghoul?
What?
Have you never heard of the thing where there's an episode title that is in every Sonic show except for Ghoul?
Oh, I think I've seen something like that before, yeah.
Yeah, something about. So I'm not even sure, but I'm just wondering if Rift is going to have that. I'm wondering what Rift is going to be like. At first, I was wondering if Rift is going to have an appearance from Blue characters.
I mean, I don't see why not. But it's still... there's still too much on the speculative side for me to say much of anything other than the Knuckles voice. The audition for the Knuckles voice is good. Just like if they do... of course, I don't have any offense towards the person behind it. I just think it doesn't fit in my opinion. Unless they're going to really change the character. Which is... I mean, a change to Knuckles' character at this point is welcome. I'm just wondering how.
They're gonna turn Tails into a robot.
What's the voice like? Is it too serious? Is it too kiddie? Is it too...
No, it's too... like... rough. And you'd think Knuckles is perfect, just like, but no, it's like a bit much. So, I don't know where they're going with it. It's another thing of more time gives more possibility of it being good, but considering media in general, that's not a high possibility. So we'll just have to see.